Hey everyone, this is Mr. J. So here today. I had a couple questions about my forge from YouTube username, I believe AJCrag99. So anyways, this is my forge setup and the blower, tware, and how the forge pan is set up. The forge pan itself is made out of 1/8 inch thick steel plate. I've got some cast iron weights over there to compensate for the weight of the blower. This is all just sitting on a flower stand. Down below I have a air control and a ash clean out. But anyways, that's how you can control the air other than by controlling the blower, which is just a cheapo hair dryer that I got from a Goodwill store. We'll go ahead and kick this on. Still got the fire going. This is just all charcoal, wood charcoal, and as you can see, you get a lot of ash from it. And so next thing I'm going to cover is forge fuels and kind of what you want to keep in mind when you're building a forge. Alright, so here we have 3 different types of forge fuel. Obviously there's 4 pieces there, but what we have right here is natural hardwood lump charcoal that you can buy at hardware stores and Walmart or anywhere else they sell charcoal. The second is charcoal that I've made myself out of junkier wood that I don't really want to burn in my fireplace. Charcoal briquettes, which I don't necessarily recommend because they have a lot of impurities in them and also some bits of unburnt wood, but they can be cheap and they can be a good starter. And then what we have right here is natural earth coal. Stuff came from, I guess, dinosaurs and stuff, gajillion years ago. But anyways, this is hands down the best you can get, but I only got about 10 pounds of natural earth coal. And what I did was I mixed it with all my other forge fuel, so then there's about 1/5 of all my forge fuel is coal, and the rest of it's all just hardwood charcoal and charcoal briquettes, because I found a deal on them. So anyways, now I'm going to show you more about my forge design and how these different types of forge fuels burn. Alright, so this here is my basic forge setup. I have an old plant rack here that I've bent up some loops out of welding rod for holding tongs and tools and stuff. And this is just car exhaust pipe over here. You want to have your pipe that feeds your air kind of angling up, so then you don't have the risk of ash falling down into your blower. So anyways, as far as this goes, my blower, as you can see, is removable. I just have a piece of automotive flex pipe duct taped onto there, and it just slips over like this, and that provides a little bit of a wind leak right here. If you have this completely sealed, you'll have a lot of hot air backing up and coming back into your blower, which will cause it to kick off. As you know, hair dryers kick off when they overheat. So when it comes to building a forge, it's not absolute that you need to get everything airtight, but you would like it as airtight as possible. So anyways, now I'm going to show you how different forge fuels burn. You can see how the charcoal burned when I threw it in there, and I'm going to show you how coal reacts in a fire. Alright, so we got the forge running again, and what I'm going to do right now is just this little piece of coal that I showed you earlier in the video. I'm just going to drop it in there and show you how this stuff reacts. If you've ever used a oxyacetylene torch, it's quite similar. You can see right now this piece of charcoal is now lit. Let me roll it off of the hot spot. That piece of charcoal is on fire on its own, and it puts off a very thick, sooty flame with a lot of smoke. And let me go ahead and put it on there. The thing with coal, as you can see, there's quite a bit of smoke rolling off of there. It needs a lot of air to burn clean. And you can see right there, that's pretty darn hot down in there, and you can get something hot pretty quick. So anyways, what you'll basically what are its restrictions and what you can and can't do. We'll get right back with you. Alright, so I've gathered up a few hand-forged items that I've made in my forge. Obviously you can make all sorts of small stuff, like little knives and letter openers and hooks and all that kind of stuff, but this is actually a pretty nice knife. It came out pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with it. I just wanted a small woodworking knife. This is made out of medium carbon rebar. Got a little spike on the end there, and just your I guess normal knife blade shape. I use this just for a little bit of whittling. But you can also make some pretty large stuff in there too. This was a automotive dolly panel beater. I forged into my own single bevel axe, woodworking axe. This was a 14-inch bastard file that I've turned into a fro. Still need to make up another handle for it. This was my first draw knife I ever made. This is just made out of mild steel, just to sort of see how I like the tool. And this is another draw knife, which is made out of a file, which is a lot better, holds an edge much nicer. And then a couple of bill hooks. This is a really small one. This was kind of first experience working with tool steel, and it ended up shattering. That's why it's so short. So I had to taper the end back down where it was shattered and reshape it. Here's another larger bill hook. This was made out of a 12-inch dual mill cut file. All hand carved handles on all this. These are just made out of dowel rod, but this is a old hatchet handle, but all hand carved handles there. Let's see what else. I've got a custom hammer that I made out of 1-inch stock. It's only mild steel, but I use this for a tinsmithing hammer. I made a railroad spike tomahawk. I forged an old jeweler's hammer into a hole punch top tool. Also made out of medium carbon rebar. This is depending on what country you're from, they call this a fuller or a creaser. This is for putting creases into the horseshoes, the fuller lines for where the nail marks go, and numerous sets of tongs. I think I probably got about 9 or 10 pairs by now, but just usual 3/8 flat jaw tongs built out of 1/2-inch mild steel, and then a pair of hollow bits meant to hold 1/2-inch built out of 3/8. So anyways, you can make a good amount of stuff in a forge that size. And also to mention the dimensions, this is 8 inches by 8 inches square. These walls here are 4 inches high. This is 2 inches high with this folded down to let your stock lay over, and I have a small sort of rough shroud put on there to keep the sparks down. So anyways, hope that helps, and hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. And I also thought I'd mention as a little update here, I got this railroad track anvil mounted onto a nice big pine stump. So that's a lot more usable now. Obviously, the more weight you have on your base, the more forging you can do on this, but it's really nice to have a horn to work with as opposed to just beating on a flat piece of steel. But anyways, everybody have a good one.